All right, what's the next question while I'm looking?
If Raising Cane's ceased to exist.
Dead.
Send this clip to their sponsorship. The sponsorship team.
Next question.
Yeah. Welcome in to episode 81 of Unstable Discourse.
81.
81.
Let's go.
I'm on a almost 250-day streak on Duolingo. Any Spanish speakers, if you want to comment on my pronunciation, I will take the feedback.
My wife just informed me that she is on day 600 of a Duolingo streak. Never heard her speak a word of it.
Well, how? Is she in the bathroom just like...
Oh, the language she's trying to learn is silence.
I'm afraid to speak Spanish in front of my husband.
She's
practicing sign language.
She's
on
got the
Duolingo.
mime programming. But I mean, she will occasionally like say a word into the app. I'm still under the impression that conversational Spanish for her is still not.
Oh, for
Not
sure.
After 600 days, 2 years.
You need to practice with another person.
Yeah,
otherwise.
sure. That's right. Yeah.
But the vocabulary is stronger.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yes.
welcome in. I'm Alex Seminary of
This is
Tailwind
not an
Media.
ad for Duolingo.
We are not sponsored by Duolingo.
No.
I'm Alex Seminary of Tailwind
We
Media.
are Unolingo.
That's correct.
C. Joined by Ryan Fancher of Unstable Disc Golf Gear.
Yes, sir.
Sean Callahan of Delwood Disc Golf.
What it do?
Jason Callahan of Bag of Tricks Entertainment.
Buenos noches.
Ooh, bien, bien, bien. And we are joined by our youngest, by a long shot, guest ever in the show's history, Mr. Noah Feil.
Thank you for having me.
Is it Feil or is it Fail?
Feel.
Yes.
Mm-hmm, you got it.
Feel
Nailed
like
it.
the emotion.
But Fail must be a joke you've been getting your whole life.
Yeah. Or file. I've heard file cabinet once. I did not like that.
That's good.
That
really
is-
good, yeah.
Dude, you're
That
done
is
now.
top
You're
drawer.
You're file cabinet forever. You shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, for sure.
Episode title, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for
Oh my
being here.
God.
You're doing so many cool things, and I don't mind telling you at the top of the episode, you are somebody that I look up to in the disc golf community, which is a weird
Well,
thing
he
to
is
say, but
tall.
you're like, I don't know, you're pursuing a passion, and that's the coolest thing in the world. Some of the things that we're going to talk to you about today are your career so far. You're only 16 years old. You've got 22 PDGA wins already.
Do I really?
That's what the Deucer said.
Mm.
Jeez, you're getting so many wins, you can't keep track of them already.
Yeah, he's lost
I've
count.
only been playing tournaments for not
This is
even
your-
2 years, maybe?
Yeah, it's your third season. You
Yeah.
became a member in 2023
Okay. I think I played a few of your events towards the end of the season.
of that year.
Yeah.
Do you remember how many you did last year?
Last year, I don't know. But it's definitely going to be less than this year.
We're going to talk a little bit about that journey and kind of what you have in store for your future, kind of what you're thinking. You're also a member of Team Discmania, so we'll talk a little bit about that. I see you're rocking the Discmania pullover.
I do have a shirt on right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll see where the night takes us. Okay? Yeah.
For
Right
now,
now.
Noah has
Yeah.
a shirt on.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you have a bit of a mentorship with Dane Avicii.
Yes, Dana.
All right, we'll talk a little bit about that.
I mentioned that we would talk about Mokina and
that is-
leagues, running leagues. And
you
things
are
like- I don't know
running
if we
leagues,
mentioned
which
that.
to me, that is maybe the coolest part of this, because running leagues is it's not easy,
No.
and to be doing it at 16 is a pretty courageous thing. So I definitely want to talk about that. Before we get to all the Noah file cabinet things, this show starts with a little segment called Fired Up.
Filed up.
Oh,
That's good.
Nicely done.
on the
Just
fly.
came to me 10 seconds ago.
God damn it, that was good.
Let's take a moment. This is where we talk about things that we are either excited about or worked up about. If your emotions are elevated in some way, you're fired up. So who's got something they're fired up about to kick us off?
I'll lead us off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it, Joe.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
I will preface this by saying I promise to all of you in the room and everybody listening,
It's not a TV show.
this is not a Jolene. There's not a bit tagged.
Exactly how a Jolene would
To the end.
start.
Start the timer.
I had a super bizarre coincidence happen since our last record that I can't stop thinking about. As everybody knows, I host trivia on Tuesday nights for 7 years now, starting my 8th year soon. One of my regulars about a year ago told me that he had an IMDb page. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. You're going to have to tell me about it sometime. Never really thought much more about it after that.
Idris Elba has been coming to your trivia nights?
Every Tuesday. Sean, what are you fired up about? No, he tells me he's got an IMDb page. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. He's like, yeah, I'll tell you about it sometime. And then just kind of put it on the back burner. And I'd seen him for a long time since. About a month ago, maybe 5 weeks ago, he wasn't there, but his teammates, they have all known each other since they were like in grade school. So it's like a group of friends that come to trivia every Tuesday. For whatever reason, we got on the topic of Mike, my trivia regular, going to Hollywood and actually, quote unquote, making it for a little bit, that his IMDb page was real and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. They proceed to tell me for a couple of seasons, he was a producer's assistant on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like that was
sick.
How high he got up into the world of like Hollywood and trying to make it. The coincidence part of it is I am currently at the end of 2024. I started watching Curb Your Enthusiasm like pretty regularly. It's been my show for a while. I've never talked about being fired up about it because it's like I need to be fired up about a show that's almost 20 years old now at this point, but I watch it almost daily. I was like, that is so bizarre that you're bringing up Curb. I literally watch it almost every day, and I'd never seen it before. I just started watching it, and they were like, oh yeah, next time you see him, he's got to tell you all about it. So the next week he's there, and I was like, dude, Eric and Josh were telling me about how you were a production assistant on Curb, and he was like, tells me some of the crazy stories. He was there during, I don't know if you guys know Curb, but there is a 2-season arc where within the reality of the show, they reboot Seinfeld. And like the entire cast is there behind the scenes filming the episodes of what would be the reboot of Seinfeld. That's not real, but it is in the show, right? Mike was there for all of that. So he's telling me about meeting Jerry, meeting Michael Richards, Jason Alexander, like telling me all this crazy stuff. And then he tells me that he had a speaking role in 2 episodes. He's actually on the show. And I was like, get out. That's crazy, man. And he's like, yeah. Do you know the episode where like right when they talk about getting Seinfeld back on NBC, the NBC executive gives him the bad seats at the Lakers game, and it's like a whole thing. And I was like, yeah, totally. He's like, and he sits down in the seat, and the guy next to him hands him a pair of binoculars so he can see the seats where he was supposed to sit. I'm the dude that hands him the binoculars. And I was like, no way, dude. And he's like, yeah, seriously, I was. So I go home that night. I pull up that episode. I fast forward to the part. It's totally him. I mean, he's skinnier and has more hair, but it's him. You know, it was 20 years ago, right? So I'm like, I show Mandy and I'm like, that guy right there in that scene, he's one of my trivia regulars. It's crazy. And so I tell her all about it. Then I see him again and I tell him the story of pulling up the episode and showing it to Mandy. And I was like, you didn't tell me that's the episode that the reason you're looking through the binoculars is that you're looking at David Spade. Like he's at your seats and that's like the whole bit. And he's like, oh, that's right. So he tells me all about how crazy it was to film the episode. How crazy, he tells me some stuff about Spade. Like, I'm not going to say it now, but also it's like, it's all news about him kind of being a womanizer and being weird about women or whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's nothing new there, but he's
shocker.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he told me specifics and I'm not going to get into those, but he tells me all this crazy
Spade
stuff.
Hears this.
Yeah.
Spade's a fan, dude.
That was Tuesday. Tuesday night around 7:15. The following morning.
All right, Mom, hurry up.
David Spade has a podcast that he does with Dana Carvey called Fly on the Wall. The next day, they interview Larry David and talk about the episode that I talked about Mike with and even referenced the guy that handed him the binoculars in that episode. Less than 12 hours after I was talking to Mike about his episode. And that weird synchronicity has been like driving me since it happened. I don't know what it is. And there's got to be a word for it. I haven't looked it up. Like, it's not deja vu. It's just a weird synchronicity. But ever since it has been like, I'm noticing more and more weird synchronicities. Yeah, that craziness is what I'm fired up about. Yeah.
What do you guys make of it?
What's the deal with deja vu?
My first thought is when you think you're getting signs from the universe. I don't follow any religion specifically, but I have some spirituality. If you think you're getting signs from the universe and you ignore them, that's a sin.
Okay.
It's too crazy to not be like, it can't be a coincidence, in my opinion.
Right.
So what's the sign?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I wanted to put it out into the universe here with you and everything.
I know the correct answer. There's no other answer.
Here we go.
Your script that you started writing, and I haven't heard you talk about it in a while. This was the universe showing you this is this guy's everyday life, so like regular in his life that you didn't even know he had this like Hollywood aspect of his life. Like it's so reachable, it's so attainable. It's right in front of you. It's literally right in front of you.
Yeah.
At your trivia nights. Whatever's stopping you from working on your thing and getting your own little taste of Hollywood.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Little carrot. The universe is dangling a carrot.
Yeah, dangling a carrot. Yeah, I like that.
That's the right answer, so no one else.
Noah, are you still awake?
I am.
Do you know who David
Noah
Spade
just
is?
elbowed Sean and said, I thought this podcast was about disc golf. What is happening?
This guy's your brother, right?
Noah, what are you fired up about?
Here we go.
I am fired up about the school year being about over. I think I've only got 3 weeks left.
You
Sophomore?
think? You don't know the day
Sophomore.
count, dude?
I know it's May 31st and let's say the 9th.
I gotta look it up.
22
You
days.
need to know this, dude. Like, this is important information for you right now.
I think I've got
31 minus
3
9 is
school
22.
weeks left, and then I'm out.
What kind of student are you? Are you getting
I'm a good student. I've got all A's. I think I got 2 B's.
all A's and crushing the disc golf course as well?
Mm-hmm.
It's a man with
Definitely.
standards.
Yeah.
16 days.
Do you remember that
School day,
buzz?
yeah.
Summer is coming. You don't have anything.
I was just telling, who were we telling on the shop? Was that Tyler? I think it was Tyler, your buddy Tyler.
out Tyler.
Yeah. I was talking with him in the shop about it. Like, I was explaining to him, live in this moment, respect this emotion that you have right now. Because I'm telling you, I've been looking for it for 25 years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It doesn't exist. Only right now, the feeling that you have with school almost, and especially, I mean, sophomore year, like,
It's like
it's one of the last times it's going to
It's
happen
gonna be
for
one
you.
of the last,
Oh
yeah.
my God, living it, dude.
yeah,
Because
it's like
it's
going on a
not-
trip, or like it's the lead up to it is almost as good
Yes.
as the actual event
Mm.
itself. Yeah.
I have
But
not
I
found
think-
that emotion.
When you are 16, when you're 8, and you're waiting for summer. Summer is 3 months,
Right.
You know, give or take.
Yeah.
The percentage of your life that is 3 months is so much larger when you are that age
Mhm.
than now we're
Sure.
40s and up.
Yeah.
The percentage of 3
Flies
months
by.
is like fractions of a percent at this point. Like
Right.
it goes by so fast and we don't have time to enjoy it. Like
Gone.
it's gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely live in those days, dude.
Your
Yeah.
summer's going to last 2 years.
Yeah.
So what are you going to, what's on your agenda for this? Like, what are you stoked about?
So another thing I was going to bring up is I'm stoked this summer. I'm playing on all of the PDGA AM majors this year.
Damn.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
No big deal.
those aren't cheap to get into.
They're not cheap to get into.
How are you funding this? Is this?
I'm funding these with my Noah Feil stamped fundraiser disc.
Oh,
This whole thing was a commercial, dude. We had you on the show, and this whole thing's a commercial for your disc. Damn, you're good, kid.
Everyone get a fundraiser disc.
Hell yeah! I forgot
that's
that you were doing that.
Mine is right there.
Yeah,
I
Ryan
see
bought
it.
one.
FD baby, swirly FD.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I need to buy
Sorry
one too.
to-
I haven't bought one yet.
Yeah, sorry to hijack this, but did I message you because I want one as well?
I don't think you have yet, but
Okay.
You'll
I
be
do have them with me
Yeah, I'll
What a
take one.
dog. You got him with you?
in the car.
You can't
What a
not have
dog.
them with you.
Sign. I want the autograph. I'll probably never throw it. I've got a couple spots on my Heiser rack where it's just autographed
Yeah.
Tour Series discs. That
Yeah.
Don't care if it's ever worth anything. It's just cool to me to
Yeah.
have. Everybody, how do people get one if they want to get one?
They are in the Delwood shop. If
are.
you stop there and get one, or you could message me and just let me know if you want one or not.
We can
Sweet.
replenish.
Can I message you
Two.
and say no?
Yeah.
I don't want one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can. I might block you though.
Okay, that's fine.
Heard you were selling discs.
kidding.
Good luck with that.
I think we're only down to like maybe it's got to be less than 10 now
Yeah,
at the
it's
shop.
getting
So if
low.
you want to replenish, you can definitely
I
do
think
that.
I'm gonna order a few more. I want to get some more Origins and I want to get a few more PD2s because it seemed like everybody kind of wants
Yeah.
those.
Do you have Color Glow Origins with you right now?
I don't. They're all sold out.
Oh no.
I know. Everybody scooped them up quick.
I don't remember if there's any left at the shop.
I don't.
Wait,
think
how many
so.
did you get originally?
I got 50,
Damn.
and I think I'm down to less than 20, maybe 15.
Reminds me of Molly Shannon's. I'm 50.
And I can kick.
I can kick, stretch, and kick. I'm 50.
That is very cool. So you're going to be touring most of the summer.
Yep.
What's the farthest location that you are traveling to?
Let's see. I know I'm going to Kansas for Junior Worlds, which is up there.
What are all the AM majors? List those for the people that don't know.
So the AM majors right now are Junior Worlds, AM Worlds, and USADGC, which is the United States Amateur Disc Golf Championships.
And where's that?
That is in Michigan at the toboggan course.
Ah,
Oh,
which I haven't played yet. So I'm super excited to play that.
Wow. Okay.
dude. Are you going? You just started driving like 20 minutes ago. So are you going
For real.
Are you going solo?
Nope, just the ones around here, but I'll be going with my parents for the ones that
Oh,
are
shout out mom and dad.
they're awesome.
What are their names?
Rachel and Jason.
Mom and dad.
But I refer to them as mom and dad.
Mr. and Mrs. File Cabinet.
File cabinet.
Very, very cool. Probably way cooler than what any of us are doing with our summers.
Got that right.
Yeah, not to bring it down for the rest
Yeah.
of us. But, let's move along. I'm gonna go soon because, like I said, I'm never
Why
going
don't
last.
you go because I have a good show and tell.
I also have a show and tell. Sorry, Ryan.
Oh.
Actually, two things. Quick, first one. I'm fired up because I got into the TDTC.
Yes, you did.
Somebody
You
dropped
did?
out, and I had to jump into an upper spot, which is it'll be tough for me, but I'm prepared to pull my weight, and I'm proud to represent Team Naranja, Team Orange.
Nice.
Shout out
Orange.
Captain Mike Apostolou.
Nice.
Mike, looking forward to representing. And
With Noah.
am I on your team?
Team Orange
Yes,
as well.
you are. Yes, you are.
I want to say let's go, but really what I should say is I'm sorry. Should definitely be in the lowers
What you
division.
should say
But
is
We're gonna play good.
Vamonos.
Yeah.
I have shot a 934 rated round before, just saying.
Hey.
No big deal.
One time I did.
One time I did.
And the other thing I'm fired up about is this card game called How Deep Will You Go?
Hmm.
NSFW.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's not no,
Not that kind of
not
deep.
like that.
Okay. All right.
Spoiler alert. All the way.
To the base. On the Mr. B episode, you were saying like
As
we
far as
need-
I can.
we need more deep. And
Yes, we need more deep.
I got
yes.
an ad on Instagram for this game, probably because
I said the word deep.
right.
Uh-huh.
So what this is just cards with, I haven't even opened it yet, but it's cards with like conversation topics that are meant to stimulate more like meaningful conversations.
Sure.
So I wanted to open it up and just take a pull of a card or two and see.
Rando, have Noah
Yeah.
pull one. This is like
Yeah,
a tarot
no,
reading.
you can
dude.
you can do the unboxing.
It's a tarot reading. Yeah, you guys, your kids, you know about this stuff. It's like toys. Explain it while you're doing it.
You have to like click your nails on the side of the
Yeah.
box while you.
I do
It's
that?
like ASMR.
Yeah.
Do it.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, we got some instructions. Here it is. Level 1. I gotta open
Yep.
another packaging.
You don't have a pocket knife, dude?
Nah, dude.
How do you survive?
I don't know.
This is very conventional dude stuff to open something, see the instructions, throw those
Throw
aside
those
right away.
aside. Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
it's
get
a
back
thing-
to those if we need to.
He is a
It's
man.
a good thing
after
that
all.
has not become part of the generation gap there.
While
All
he's doing
We're
that,
still-
my daughter for Easter, we got her this little, it was very inexpensive, but it's a tiny little pottery wheel.
Oh, cool.
It runs on batteries or whatever you plug it in, and it makes like vases and stuff that are like 2 inches tall, right? And she is furious because she can't get it to work because she didn't read the directions. And it's become a running joke since Easter because she's still like, I still can't get this to work. And she refuses.
Oh, I love it.
I'm like, well,
That's so
She
good.
is your daughter.
you
Yeah.
can continue to not have it work.
Love that.
All right,
All
let's
right,
get into
random
it.
pull. Random pull.
There's 3 different levels. Should I just take one off level 1 for now? Or?
Let's start with level one.
All right,
start with
level
level
1, icebreakers. What motivates you in life?
Ooh.
Dude, level 1?
Wow. Yeah.
It gets
What's
2 levels
three?
deeper than that.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, do we have to
Rapid
answer
fire.
this?
Rapid
Yeah.
fire. Real
Oh,
quick.
well, I'll go first.
Please.
The weeks leading up to summer break. That's what motivates me.
Honestly, I think I'm a fairly selfish person in a lot of ways. And I do try to
Checks out.
give back as much as I can. But maybe the most constant sort of underlying thought that I have that keeps me going is I really want to be a pillar for my family. I want to have like the financial means, the like connections, the stability, however you want to look at it. I want to be somebody that anybody in my family, if they're having a hard time, can know I can get some help from Alex.
Yeah.
Or I can lean on him in some way.
Mhm.
That's one of the very few consistent motivations that I can remember having like through most of my life.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
Getting deep. I mean,
Yeah.
that is
That was
the
level
point,
3
right?
deep. Yeah.
Noah, hit us. What do you got?
Well, I don't know if I should follow up after that, but
So I've been alive for three
Yeah.
times as long as
Yeah, exactly.
I would say what motivates me the most is wanting to be a professional in the sport and watching these top guys shoot these crazy rounds that I don't think I would be able to shoot. The pressure that they have playing in these big of tournaments, I just want to get there one day, and that would be me on the TV that you guys are watching play.
That's rad.
North Star. Stick to it. It'll happen.
Don't doubt that you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
You're
I
on the
hope
path.
so.
You're definitely on the path.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're most of the way there.
Anybody else, or should we check out what a level 3 looks like and then move on?
Just hit a level 3. I'm not
Hit
going
a
to
level
answer it.
3.
Let's hit
Here we
level
go.
3. All right. Level 3, getting deep.
Mhm.
Oh, here we go.
What is something you don't tell most people?
Whew.
Mm.
It's got to be somebody who hasn't answered so far. That's
something that I don't tell.
I don't even know if I could answer that.
I tell
Yeah.
Ryan
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
I'm a pretty open book.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
talk about shit I'm not supposed to
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about.
yeah. I really don't have secrets, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like what David Spade was like. Like
yeah.
you shouldn't.
Yeah,
you did.
right?
And- yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe let's pull a different level 3.
All right, hit us
And
one more. Hit us
we're,
one
we're
more.
not that smart.
Hit us one more.
All right. Describe your lowest moment in life and how did it help you grow? That's a little tougher.
I don't think I'm ready for level
Ooh.
3.
Lowest?
I'll go because I have one that immediately came to me.
All right.
When the shop was supposed to happen in 2016, and then it didn't happen. Like the rug was completely pulled out from under me, and I was experiencing like panic attacks and didn't know how to deal with it. And was the second part of it like, how did you deal with it? Was it
How did it help you grow?
how did you grow? I remember Sheila very specifically kind of taking me around and like immediately we were in the car and she was like, we're going to figure this out. The details don't matter. But the point is that Sheila was there immediately and kind of showing me that like, don't let this one tiny little thing get in the way. We could just keep heading in the direction that you were on leading up to this. And we did eventually get it there and I owe it to her.
Shout out to the Queen of the Canyons.
Mhm.
So how it helped you grow, I would say, is
Oh,
it helped you
understand that there are going to
stay
be
the course.
roadblocks and to stay the course. Like there are going to be things that will be in your way. And if you stay the course, they will just be speed bumps and not major hurdles.
I like this game a lot. That
Yeah.
was very cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back to that. I like the idea of this being a recurring segment, a rolling in the deep segment.
Yes.
Pull one card on every episode and see what comes out.
Yeah.
All right, this has been
And
a
we're
very,
still doing fired up right now.
Right,
by
it's
the
been
way.
a long fired up,
That's
but
okay. That's all right.
Ryan, you let me go first, or Sean.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
Sean.
All right. So I am fired up about the following: :
He still doesn't have one. This is
semicolon?
Michael Scott when
I
he's
do.
like,
I always
what
feel
would
like we
never,
always start
for any reason
start it with-
whatsoever.
Here I go again. Dot, dot, dot.
filibustering. Me and the boys a couple of nights ago locked in a trip to Michigan to play some disc golf. Donnie requested that we do an overnighter. I think
Ooh.
originally we were talking about going down to Peoria.
Yes.
And then as I was sitting there, I was like, I feel like because you and I just recently did Peoria
Mhm.
in a day trip,
Mhm.
that it was like, let's go somewhere farther than that. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
I think we could do that. So
I would just like to say,
please hit me. Yes.
I think you guys should go try out the Eagles Crossing course.
He's waiting to do that with us.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that we may do that as a unstable discourse.
You
trip.
definitely
Like,
have to go out there
right?
eventually.
Wait,
That course is,
It is
awesome.
yes, it is this year for sure.
Okay.
But I think we're going to go up to Michigan
Mhm.
and we're going to hit up Flip City.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah, I ran. I have a trophy from Flip City.
Yeah,
I know. That's why I
yeah,
said it. Yeah.
That was the one where you showed up that day and there was a tournament. You got in and then you.
No, that was
Was that-
different. I signed up for the tournament. I knew what was going on.
Oh,
But I hosted a tournament, like a road trip tournament there once too.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
But
going to
at
hit up
that,
Flip.
when I randomly went up there is when I had that was like my first tournament ace.
Yeah.
And the people there thought I was like a ringer
That's
from out of
okay.
town.
That was
They
the
were
story.
like,
That's the story.
this guy
That's
showed up, takes the ace pot, and I was like, "This is my first ace, dude. Chill."
right. So
That you know of.
yeah, planning a trip. Stoked for an overnight. We haven't done that in a minute with the EB boys, the early birdies.
It's getting tougher and tougher. Like schedules are conflicting,
Yeah.
and
Donnie's constantly traveling.
Joe's got
so-
a baby now.
yeah,
Joey's got the
and
baby.
we talk about it all the time. But within a couple of minutes, we were all like, "Yeah, good, okay,
Yeah.
lock it in,"
Oh, okay, lock
and it
it.
was great. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm stoked.
I'm stoked for
Pretty
that.
jealous.
That'll be cool.
Uh-huh.
You guys like camping out?
No, God.
Oh, no.
We'll get
No,
a
no.
hotel for sure
Mm-mm.
with a hot
Camping
tub.
on Flip City is fun. Like,
Do you know Ryan Fanger?
I know of him.
I would camp you under the ground.
No, I think we would have way more fun. We'd have way more fun in a hotel with the hot tub and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Don't
amenities.
tell me that part. I'm already jealous enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're I think I'm too old for camping. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Why?
I did it my whole life. But I'm at an age where I'm like, I want to have the things that I need so I can have the best time, not be spending the day figuring out the parts of the day. because you are in a
that's
tent.
part of camping.
Yeah, I mean that's
right.
what camping is, but like
I think you are cheating yourself. You don't have to make a big thing about it. You pop up the tent, go to sleep.
How many does Donnie's camper doesn't sleep more than 2 people? Just 2, right?
It barely sleeps him.
Right. Ryan says no.
No.
Dad says no.
What do you mean you could camp him under the ground then? You sound like you got a lot
I think
of confidence.
he's upset. He's upset that I said, "Have you met Ryan Fancher?" Like, like it would be. I don't think that you would be grabbing your beard the whole time we were camping because it would just be the levels of figuring out the things.
It's the logistics.
Yes.
It's not the actual camping.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
as for the same reasons that I wouldn't like it.
I've camped in Yosemite. I've got a 40-degree below bag. I've got all the stuff, right?
Okay, I hear you now. I get it.
Doing it is fine. Figuring out how we're going to do it, beard pulling.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to book a hotel room.
Yeah.
Totally.
And then you're done. And then you're just,
that's it.
You got the beds and you're charging phones, you're chilling, you're cracking jokes. You're walking to the nearest gas station probably to get chocolate milk.
Even if it's 6 miles away. Yep.
Yes.
Mhm. Don't you dare drive. Nope.
Yeah. So yeah, we got that coming up.
That sounds fun.
Like June, second week of June or something like that.
Yep. We were going to do Beauty and the Beast, but we had done that before.
Yeah.
It was fun, but it's way up there.
Yeah, that's pretty
And
far.
so Flip City and another course that is adjacent would be, I think, a better trip.
Yeah.
Well, speaking
Good time
of
of year for that.
Speaking of Donnie, when this episode's over,
Lil Doan.
go to the search bar on your podcast feed and type in "how to make a mixtape"
Yes, please.
and look for episode 43. Your boy's 3rd episode is up and ready to listen.
You've been on that
As
show
of right
3
now.
times.
Another
3rd
episode.
time.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah.
He's a beloved guest.
Yep.
Recorded at Top Secret Studios.
Recorded at Top Secret
When?
Studios.
Mhm.
It's a secret.
Are you angling to get out of this podcast and onto that one?
Eventually.
I mean, 3 times I have to start asking questions.
Yeah, for sure. 3rd time. It's very good.
It
I
was
won't
a charm.
spoil it. I want everybody to just click on it and listen. Ryan.
Fanny.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Fanny.
All right. I need you to close your eyes.
Ooh.
All.
Close our eyes and open our mouths. What do you got?
Yes.
I really hope he is going to my car to get my other energy drink.
Going to get.
I have my
I'm
doubts.
not. Here, you can hear it.
He brought rice.
Yeah.
Rice in a can.
For reasons that will become known later, Noah, unfortunately, you cannot participate in this.
Ooh, drugs.
So you can
What?
open your eyes.
What in the world is
Don't
that?
open your eyes, you
I
son of a...
I
swear
thought you
to God,
said open your
said
eyes.
open
No,
your
I
eyes.
did.
That's
I
why
said, Noah,
asked.
open your
Oh,
eyes.
I asked
sorry.
before opening
Here.
my eyes.
Sean,
like a
hold your hand
professional.
out.
I'm not putting this in my mouth.
Yes, you absolutely are. 100%.
I'm totally not.
Yes, you are. Jason, I'm going to throw it over to you, and you're going to...
With his eyes closed.
Nope. It's stuck to my hand. There, it's on the
Oh,
table.
I just dropped it. Shit.
Oh, I feel it. Okay.
Okay.
I got it.
You can have another one. I have not tried them either.
It's a
Ready? It's candy.
Okay.
Okay.
Candy. So 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh no. Oh.
No. Why?
What is
Why? It's Malort candy.
That's Malort candy.
Oh,
Why
God.
did you do this?
Is there booze in it for real?
No.
Or how could that be?
Oh,
They are as bad as I expected them
Oh
were going
my
to be.
God.
Oh man.
So,
this is mean.
yeah, because we have talked about Malort so many times, my feed is just inundated with Malort stuff.
Yeah.
And they sent me an email that said, hey, new Malort candies. And within 30 seconds, they were on their way. So there you go.
I need to
It's-
pause to get a chaser.
So
for this
here's
candy.
the thing. It definitely tastes like Malort, but there's still like a
But-
good candy quality to it. Like it's still a little bit sweet.
Well, it's made out of sugar, so it has to be.
Yeah.
Why?
Black
Why can't
licorice.
Noah
Yeah,
have
why
any
can't Noah
if
have
there's
any?
no alcohol in it?
That's true.
I don't really want one, to be honest.
Yeah, but I really want to see you have
did
one
him
of
a
these
favor for sure. That's
because
terrible.
you're not gonna like it, and it's gonna be very funny to watch. Can
From
you-
what I hear, it sounds terrible.
But
Oh
now
my
you're part
gosh.
All right, close your eyes.
He's doing it. It's actually better that you're getting this now. So when
Yes.
somebody offers you Malort in the future, you
in
know.
5 years.
Do you know what Malort is?
No.
You've never heard of the word. You've never heard of that?
It's the
I
product
heard
of a gypsy curse.
I feel like I can't breathe.
Oh, do we have medical personnel on hand?
Put your hands above your head, Noah. Oh
Somebody
my
call the
God.
doctor.
Somebody call Rachel.
Yeah. Does it taste at all like earwax to you?
It tastes like
Yeah, explain.
I can't like corn syrup, kind of. I can't
Oh.
really can't explain.
I don't know why, but he's right.
Corn syrup.
So Malort is a unique kind of alcohol that is like local.
there.
Like in Chicago, people know it, and they always try and get people from out of town to drink it because it's known for
Because it's
tasting
bad.
terrible.
Because
It's
it just
terrible.
tastes very
And
bad. Yeah.
They are leaning into how bad it is and offering people candy. Apparently,
I don't hate it. I'll be honest. I don't mind it.
It's better now than when it first started.
Yeah.
But it's still not good.
How did they? I mean, anything is possible, but
Yeah.
like, how
Now-
do they get that flavor in candy?
Now that you know, if you look on the candies, it actually says Malort sucks on the candy. Inside the candy, how they
Yes,
rolled it.
does.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
because
So-
you suck on it.
Yeah, well, and it sucks.
Yeah. I've
There's
been
levels.
to bars where I've seen people do it with a pickle juice chaser.
Mm.
And I've been to bars where I've seen people do it with a hot sauce chaser as well.
Mm.
Which,
Hot sauce makes sense.
yeah,
Well,
that's awful.
I do it with
definitely
like bleach
prefer
as
the
long as I
last-
can have a chaser.
Right. Yeah,
The
exactly.
last show and tell that you brought last time.
Oh,
I
I'm 2 for
enjoyed
2.
that.
These are bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
this is topical,
To each his own.
good.
Yeah.
Alex, spit it out.
Yeah, I did. Well,
ASMR.
that's everybody, and that was
Yeah.
the longest fired up in show history, which means it's time we get to the Cal Hallander rundown.
Yeah, baby, and I got food in my mouth.
Where Sean's
gonna
going to
be
tell us about
awesome.
the upcoming events in our area.
No,
Okay.
you gave it to me.
Okay. That's fine.
You're gonna have to deal with it.
Great. I'm going to have to edit it later.
Cal Hallander rundown. What up, y'all? We have got some stuff. We've got some things that will be happening before this will air, so it always seems weird. I feel like I need to talk about those things, but they won't matter because you won't be here.
I
So
won't be here.
I won't be here. Let's get to the couple of things that will be in the future once you listen to this episode. First and foremost, Friday before Memorial Day Flex. That is on Friday, May 23rd, the Friday before Memorial Day.
Did you plan that?
Yeah,
Weird.
I did. Very cool thing about this Flex start. Sheila's looking at me to remind me that
It's on a
ladies,
Sunday.
ladies will be totally free. That
Oh,
is
cool.
part of Women in Disc Golf, the PDGA Week Women in Disc Golf, and they are covering all of the sanctioning fees for women.
Right on.
So we are going to make it totally free for them, except for A-Spot. You could still buy your own way into A-Spot. That Flex start on Friday, May 23rd will be totally free for the ladies. So bring your gals if they are PDG members. It still makes sense to be a PDGA member. And up next on the Cal Hallander rundown is the 22nd New Lenox Open. Registration opens on Friday, June 6th. The event is on July 12th and 13th. That's going to be a hot one at
It has been.
Haynes Wayside Park. It has been, and now it's even later than normal. And I feel
Mhm.
like, I mean, that's like peak summer heat.
We had the ambulance
July.
called 2 years
Thanks,
ago.
Vern. Shout out to Vern.
Hopefully never again.
Right?
But they were very quick on the response.
Mhm.
Yes, they were.
So
Yeah.
drink that water.
New Lenox Open. Looking
Oh, is
forward to
that-
that. Haynes Wayside Park. That's I think this year will just be set up in the pavilion.
Yeah, the
Which
pavilion was clutch.
We did only because there was a storm last year, and we
Mhm.
were like, why aren't we just always set up in this massive pavilion
It's
that they've
like
provided
it was
for us
put here for hosting events.
for hosting events?
Yeah.
So really looking forward to that event. But that's it. That's all we got in the Cal Hallander rundown. A couple of quick and easies. Nothing crazy, because everything else will be done by then.
Noah,
Noah, take us away. What do you
you're
got
hosting
going on?
leagues.
You got
What's
some
go-
stuff.
When are your
Oh,
leagues?
yeah.
Tell us about it.
I host the Circle One Monday tags at the Oaks in Mokina. We're up there every Monday. If I'm not there, Tyler helps me out a lot. He'll be doing it if I'm out state for like a tournament or something. It's a good way to support the club Circle One, and it's a great way to support the course because part of the registration for playing this league goes to the course fund to help better the
Sick.
course.
Sweet.
So what's the format? Is it singles, doubles?
Yeah, singles, and then it's a different layout each week.
Awesome.
And what time do people need to get there?
Tee off is at 5:15 for right now, I believe.
And if they want details beyond this, they should join the Circle One Facebook group.
Circle One Facebook page. It's on there every week.
Sweet.
Perfect. So cool that you guys, I mean, as far like there's so many people at Circle One. We all love all the Circle One guys. We're all buddies. But to see like the legacy of that club being carried on by two of its youngest members is it's a little bit of a jab for us older guys to be able to look at our buddies who are our age and go like, hey, why are you making the kids do it? But also at the same time, very cool. I mean, the
yeah, very
skills that you guys are going to learn, the life skills that you guys are
Leadership.
learning.
Leadership stuff.
The leadership stuff, the ability to show up to a place, put on a thing, have people trust in you, like you will take that with you for the rest of your life. It is so cool.
Yep. Confidence building.
So cool that you guys are doing that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at you. Now you're on a podcast. You're a big deal. So
Yeah.
I made it big.
right?
Yeah, this is it, man. This is the pinnacle.
Sorry.
Nothing past this.
That's I want to leave off on that, but we have to say that the Callahallander Rundown is brought to you unofficially by
DiscGolfScene.com. Noah, what comes next?
I don't know.
What do we say after this? You listened to one episode.
It was a long time ago, dude.
Oh my God, all the truth comes out.
Come on, Pete.
There it is.
Yeah.
There we go.
It only took everybody pointing at it to get him to do it, but he did it.
Good
He's
job.
learning.
Yeah.
And we'll
All
be
right,
right
we'll be
back.
Hey, dude. Ready to play?
Yep. But first, you got to see how totally dripped out my bag is.
Don't say dripped out. That is an insane amount of pins.
I got them from Nina at Disc Golf Pins. These pins have Riz.
Okay, definitely don't say Riz. They're great, but why so many?
It took this many to take my game from Skibbity to Sigma. Now my disc golf game is mad lit. I'm gonna get so many good...
I'm gonna go play somewhere else. The pins are great, but don't talk to me until you're done being so sus.
Negative aura, bruh. My bag is mewing. DiscGolfPins.com.
And we are back.
Yeah, baby.
Back from the old break-a-rooney. That's something I say all the time.
Every time.
And it's time for us to get to the junk in the trunk.
You look like Bert Kreischer just now.
Thank you.
The expression that you had was very Bert.
I do identify with him in a few psychological ways.
Okay.
You know how his whole shtick is taking his shirt off?
Yeah.
In college, I had a speech class. Part of the rubric of how you were graded is like your attention-grabbing device. How do you start your speech? So I took my shirt off. And the speech was an informative speech. And so my speech was on obesity. I took my shirt off and I said, as you can see, obesity has become a serious problem in this country. And I ended up getting a C on that speech.
Passed.
Which really upset me because
Passing
I really
grade.
put myself out there. But to be fair, the speech probably wasn't that good.
Anyway.
Okay, yeah. Now it's time for the junk in the trunk with Noah Feil Cabinet.
One the only, the file cabinet.
Never not going to be file.
Sorry, you told us about it.
Yep.
My fault.
Let's start with, we already talked about leagues a little bit, but I would like to get deeper into that.
You're going to go top drawer, huh?
Sure.
Ooh, start with the top drawer, first file.
What? Oh, I see what you did.
Oh, there it is. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Again, you're 16 years old. You're running leagues for this club. It's a club that's got, a good, rich history in this area. So it's a cool thing to be at the, in the captain's seat of these leagues. How did you end up getting looped into being the guy who's running it?
So back in 2023, when I first started coming out to these leagues,
Way back in 2023.
Way back. for him, way back.
so I remember the Circle One Club used to have this tent they would set up where they would sell some discs out of the tent. And I'd be like, oh, yeah. Whenever me and my friends would ride our bikes by, we'd be like, oh, yeah, that's like the tournament they got going on. And then one of these times we stopped by and asked them, what's going on over here? Is there some kind of tournament? And they were like, oh, no, this is just our weekly league. We have it every Monday and Friday. And then they were like, we'd love to have you come out and play sometime.
Were you playing at that point?
I was. We were playing maybe once a month. So it was very...
Not really super serious.
No, not at
Just
all.
kind of horsing
It
around
was
with the
you
guys.
and
Yeah.
Tyler. And
Tyler and one of my other friends, Jackson, who's the one who started like us getting into the game. But
There's always
he
one
doesn't-
friend, right?
He doesn't play a ton.
I was going to say, I don't know who this kid is.
He's
so.
come out to Delwood a few times. You may have
Okay.
seen him. Long hair.
But
yeah.
he's the guy who kind of got you guys.
Yeah,
he was
he
like,
got-
guys, there's this cool thing we can do together.
Yeah, he got us into it for sure. We'd go out, and I remember our first time playing, they gave us like our own junior division, and I ended
Nice.
up winning. They gave us our own CTP. I beat Tyler by 2, and I was super pumped because it's like our first real competition.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
then-
been mad ever since.
Oh, dude, don't bring it up. To
Now it's documented for all of eternity.
I came out a few times after that, but then 2024 is when I really started coming out. Like I would come out to all their events. That was the year when Scott Rangel, who is like the Circle One like founder, like CEO, we call him
Former
the
guest of the
captain.
show.
El
Yeah.
Chapo.
He's been
Yeah.
out here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. He would do everything. He was running the Monday tags. He was running the Friday leagues. Last year, he had to and he just kind of stepped away from the scene.
Yeah.
And we had Nick O'Reilly, who's now like the head honcho.
That's my boy.
Nick was doing it for a while for sure. Yeah,
Nick's
CFO.
great.
CFO.
Shout out Nick O'Reilly, by the way.
Oh,
he
for
can help you
sure.
with all your insurance needs.
Yeah.
That's who I get my business insurance through.
Nick's
Oh,
a
cool.
dog. Nick's a dog.
He's the man.
Yeah, he just was like, with Scotty leaving, it's been getting a lot of work and nobody else seems to want to step up. He's just like, if you're interested, maybe come out one of these times and just see how it is. And if that's something you'd want to help out with, maybe like once a month, then let me know. And you could come out here and just see how it all is. I just thought it was super cool. So then after that, I was like, dude, let me do this. Let this be something that I can do.
You asked for it.
I did.
So cool.
And it's just super cool. I still do it. I did it most of last year, and I'm going to do it all of this year and probably the year after that too.
Super cool to ask for the responsibility, to take the initiative.
Dude.
Because you can't know what it's like to be burnt out from running leagues until you've done it. I think if you've never done it, you're just like, oh, you show up once a week and you just do it. It's like, it's not that big of a deal.
Oh,
But
it's so
there
easy.
is stuff that you have to do throughout the week to kind of prepare for it and make sure people are engaged.
Yeah.
To take the initiative is awesome, but to do it at your age is like unheard of to me.
Not to mention the fact too, like I'm sure you hear it, Noah, like your generation is constantly being ridiculed of like, oh, they don't want to work, they don't want to do stuff. Like it's so refreshing to see you want to take the initiative and to learn how to do this stuff because it is work.
Oh, well, work is hard.
Work isn't always something that you're going to be paid for. Like there's
Right.
just going to be tasks in life that you just have to do because you have to do them. And you're learning that at 26. And I know guys that are in their 30s that don't even get that concept yet. So like,
Just age.
I know that for you, like,
I think you're off by
gave him an
like-
extra 10
Just gave him an
years.
extra 10 years. You said
You're-
26.
you're
26
He's
yet.
16.
it's interesting for people that do it though, as adults, you know, especially like, you know, we've all done that type of thing for years and years. And it's, you know, it's part of my career. And like, you're taking the initiative at an age where it's just not happening.
Mhm.
And then you've got all these grown dudes that are coming to league night and are relying on you, the 16-year-old kid, and you're doing it. And I feel bad. I've not even gone to one of your league nights yet, and I want to go. I will make it a point to go soon, and because it's just so awesome that you are taking the initiative on it.
What goes into running the league for somebody who's never done it before? Obviously, most older folks will kind of get it, but like, let's just lay it out there. What do you have to do as the guy who's running the league?
I'd say the most important part is letting people know that it's happening. I will, a few days before, I'd say about each Saturday or Sunday, I'll get a post out onto Facebook letting people know we're playing on Monday. I'll give them the time, how much it costs to play, and the layout and what we'll be doing there.
I have a question for you. So you're established, you're 16 years old. Is Facebook weird for you to use? Like if you had a method that is more current that would you use it? Is it very cumbersome? Do you like using it? Is it just what you feel like you have to use?
I feel like it's more something that I have to use, but
Okay.
it's not like a burden to use.
Okay.
I would mostly use Instagram for my social media stuff.
Sure.
But there's a thing where you can have it like cross post to both
Yes.
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram.
You don't utilize Instagram for Circle One stuff?
Not usually. I keep that more like my
You should.
tournament and personal.
Or the
Disc
Circle
golf.
One has an Instagram account. You probably could ask Nick to just like
I
To have access.
I've never
Just
seen
Just to
that
be able to
actually.
get the word out more
Yeah.
because, I mean, you're probably more well-versed in Instagram lingo than Facebook, and you
Yeah.
can make that work for you as well.
So you've got the promoting.
After that, that's probably the biggest part is getting people to come out. Once you're there, all you got to do is I like to keep a sign-in sheet of every person that's been there and how many to keep how much of the money is going towards ace pot, CTPs, payouts, and stuff.
Basically, he's getting the accounting experience going.
Right?
Yeah.
Seriously, dude.
And then so far we've had 2 weeks of tags, and I have taken down both of them.
Bastard.
The real reason why he's there.
He's making sure it's still going.
Keeping the number one tag back to back.
How many people are showing up
Hilarious.
though? So you're already 2 weeks in, you
We're
said?
2 weeks in.
There's
Week
three. There's
one,
Tyler and there's Jackson.
How many people are showing up on average so far?
Week one, we only had 10 people show up. But week
Lame.
two, I think we were up to 25 or 30.
Sick.
Dude, it'd
So-
be like
Oh,
that.
you'll get 50 people
Yeah,
some of
yeah,
these summers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that consistency.
Were you
like-
experiencing that many people last year when you were doing it?
last year we did good, and I'll bring this up now because I don't think it'll come up later, but I ran another league last year on Thursdays.
I was gonna say I don't remember it being Mondays. Okay,
Mondays
so
is
tell us
the,
about
the
that.
tags. Last year, me and Tyler loved when Circle One would do these random Saturday doubles tournaments.
Mhm.
And we were like, dude, you think there's going to be a Saturday dubs? And we were so hyped if there was. So we decided to start our own league on Thursdays for just doubles, random draw doubles.
Mhm.
And it was super fun. But the only problem is towards the end of the year, people just weren't coming out. We were getting like 5 people, 10 people
Yeah.
out there. We were just like, it's
Yeah.
not worth the time.
Right.
That's tough. Hard to keep going
Mhm.
when you're putting in the time and effort and you're like, hello, is anybody listening?
That's what I felt like.
Yeah.
I think the most stressful times for me running leagues and tags and stuff was when there were 5 people
Mhm.
or when there were 80 people.
Right.
Anywhere in between was like sweet spot. But
Mhm.
then like when so many people showed up and it was 11 o'clock tee off and 10:55 and there's still people in line,
Mhm.
when 5 people show up and you're just waiting to see if anybody else will even come out.
and you're like, oh, now all of us, the whole league is going to play on one card tonight.
Yeah.
We've done that before. There's
Yeah.
4 people. You don't have to pay. Just we'll go toss around.
Yeah, that's right.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good call.
He's still taking your tag though.
Yeah.
No, it's taking your tag.
I'm here for the tag, baby.
We'll get to your like competitive stuff, but we're kind of learning about your character right now, like the stuff that you're doing outside of playing, like the almost the off the course
Mhm.
stuff, which I think is really relevant for the fact that you have a sponsor and it's a legit sponsor. It's lots of people end up with little local sponsors and that's great. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But to be a member of Team Disc Mania, it carries some weight and they are looking at the whole picture. They don't want to just sponsor somebody who's a great player. There's more to it. How do you think about kind of what Team Disc Mania expects of you?
It's definitely something that I'm proud to be a part of, and I really do enjoy being on it. I would say it's not like something I take like as that's all I do. Like there's other things that I will take a part of. Like another sponsor I have is Every Day with Guzzo. Shout out Guzzo.
Another past guest.
Past guest of the show.
He is super cool. And, it's just the sponsors are something that I keep in like the disc golf world,
Do your sponsors ask you like about the stuff you're doing aside from just playing? Like,
I would say, yeah, I think so. I know after I text Avery Jenkins a lot. We talk a lot about
You're texting?
that's
Mhm.
Dang.
very cool.
After I played the tournament at Eagles Crossing a few weeks ago, he was just letting me know, how did you like it? How did you like the course? And it was just super cool to see that someone cares about what's going on this year.
For sponsorships at any level of disc golf, there is such an ambiguity to what a sponsorship even means,
Mhm.
right? There are so many people that are sponsored by any possible thing in disc
Mhm.
golf. What does Discmania and what does Everyday Disc Golf, what do they provide for you? Not necessarily like monetarily or tangibles, but like what do they provide for you that helps you in your disc golf career?
So yeah, I'll start with Every Day, which at the moment they're like a mindset, kind of like motivational brand and a clothing brand more recently, which is super. So I got the hat on right now.
Very
he's got
jealous.
some super sweet jerseys that he's been making recently. He's got cool pants, cool windbreakers. But,
Top Secret Studios.
yeah, that is something super cool. And then with Discmania, not just like the free disc that I get, they've been helping me a lot this year with getting into these bigger tournaments.
Really?
Giving me like an early spot into Am Worlds. I got the tier 1 registration for that.
Damn.
So that was sweet.
Pays to know people, huh?
Mhm. They're pretty good with helping their team members out just to do things they want to do,
Are there any dream sponsors that you're just like, dude, if I ever got that would be
I
good.
would say that's what Discmania was when
Whoa.
I first started playing.
Aw.
Discmania is something I always liked their discs, and whenever I would see Dana at the course, I'd be like, "Yo, Tyler, look, that's Dana. He used to be on the Pro Tour. He throws Discmania. I want to be like him." And it's just super cool
I've
to
never
actually be there.
I've never told Dana this, but years ago, when I knew who Dana was, but didn't know him, he was at a Chipotle in Joliet. And I walked in with my wife and I was like,
It's Dana Vici.
that's Dana Vici. Don't tell him I ever said that. But I did that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to cut all that.
Yeah, sure.
No, don't. That's so great.
Well, now is probably a good time to peek into the mailbag a little bit with our very first question. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but you guys can help me. Alex Ator? Do we know?
Ator.
Ator? Alex Ator has our first question.
It's not the tour, it's just Ator.
Sure. If you had to give advice to any other ambitious 16-year-olds, regardless of its disc golf or career-oriented, what would that be?
You said regardless of disc golf?
Yeah,
Sure.
disc golf
It
or
could be
not.
disc
Anything
golf
in
or
life,
not.
how we're
Yeah.
I would
Put
say
some advice out there for another 16-year-old who's listening right now.
Yeah, if there's something that you want to do, just do it. I would say one of my biggest fears at the beginning was like hearing no, like not being able to do what I want. But when I actually started doing it and getting more involved in this community, I was like, oh, this is actually something that I can do and something that I'm a part of. And just like being willing to take the risk to do that was like the biggest thing for me, I'd say.
Did we have an episode titled that? Basically, just dive in or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So you're giving the same advice as the disc golf guy, Terry Miller, OG.
Yeah. That's right.
Your
Terry.
mind went to the same place as like one of the most OG disc golf people out there. That's pretty awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great.
You were talking to us a little bit before we got started about your career wins.
Mhm.
We already said you've got 22 wins under your belt already. And you said your favorite was Clash.
Flash at the Canyons,
2024,
2024.
MA1. You were
MA1.
15?
I was 15 when I won.
And you had been playing for what, a year, 2 at that point?
At that point, it would have been less than 2 years of playing tournaments. So then less than 3 years of just completely playing.
What was going through your head when you signed up for MA1? You
The
were like,
XXL layout.
That was
Mind you.
that tournament was my like big move up to MA1. Before that, I was playing a bunch of MA2 stuff throughout the summer. And I was like, this is it. Clash. I get to move up to MA1, play the big layout. And I was super excited going into it. And I'm super glad I played in MA1 because I got to play the XXL layout, which is my favorite layout at Delwood. I just played it today.
were you going into it though like, I could win this? Or were you just like, I just want to have a good time? Like, what were you kind
Going
of
into
thinking?
it, I was, because this was like my first MA1 tournament. I wasn't really sure what the competition was going to be like going into this,
Mhm.
but I was pretty confident, I'd say, going into it, thinking I could take it down just because I'd say I play that layout more than anybody.
I can attest.
And your boys who you play with a lot, like Tyler and Jackson, are they like at the same level as you at this point? Or
So I got to shout out Gavin Bednar. I just played with him before I came over here too. He has been giving me a run for my money this year sometimes. He is that I just started playing with him last summer. He's getting really good. He can throw farther than anyone I've ever met. I
Whoa.
would like to put it out there. I think he's the farthest thrower in Illinois at the moment right now that lives in
Okay.
Illinois.
You
Also
guys were
attest to
messing
that.
around. Yeah, you guys were messing around at Highland at the
Oh yeah, that shot with
at the
nuke.
Unstable
Uh-huh.
Open, right? Just between rounds or after. I don't remember. Maybe it was after
I
while
think
we
it was
were tearing
after.
down.
Yep.
And they were throwing, if you know Highland listeners, they were throwing from the parking lot past 10 to like where 15's basket is and down into that road. And these guys were all throwing into the trees past 15's basket. But then Gavin was throwing it over the trees.
We measured one of them 650 feet.
what?
He was down the stairs, almost in the road between hole 15s.
It's insane.
the hole.
Who's
One of them.
coaching him?
Nobody.
Nobody.
For some reason, he's just built perfectly, and he can throw so incredibly far. Just this round we were playing, he put it to about 45 feet on 7 long tee at Delwood.
Nuts.
He did go to the school of Troy Berzawa for a couple of summers.
Oh, we played every day.
But I don't think that like he wasn't showing him how to throw that far, because if Troy was here to speak on behalf, he would be like, I can't throw that far. Like
Yeah.
he was just showing him the ropes and like the essentials and basics. But what Gavin has turned into, the kid's a monster.
Yeah.
When he's on,
Monster.
he's extremely good.
Yep.
Yeah, you, Gavin, Austin, the kids that they just get it.
Yeah.
They just picked it up and they just did it.
And they want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like it's the perfect recipe for just doing exactly what he's
Right.
doing. So you said your favorite win was at Clash. You
Mhm.
just played this past weekend or 2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago.
At Eagles Crossing.
Okay. Talk about that and why it wasn't your favorite.
So I love the course. The course is insane. It's probably the best course I've played so far. The 2 courses they got out there. The win was awesome. It was super cool to win by 22 strokes.
The hell? How How does that happen?
No big deal.
And the competition, they weren't playing bad either. For some reason, I just felt like in the zone. Every shot is going exactly where I want. All the putts are landing, and it was just a really good tournament.
Sounds like magic. 22 strokes. But what kind of comments were you getting from people when they saw those scores?
One of them, my favorite one, was from Steve Brown. He's like, "You better be in jail for what you did to those people."
That sounds like
was
Steve
a
Brown.
great comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great comment. What areas are the other, like your competitors? I don't know if you knew them or not, but I mean, you played a couple rounds with the guys. Like, where were they from?
Most of them were from within an hour or two. A lot of them were from Missouri. There's a couple from like Southern Illinois, but I think I was the only person playing from up around here.
Do you think that you being from here has anything to do with your ability to go down to a course like that? What is that feeling like for you to go down to Missouri? You're, a big fish over here. What does that make you feel like as far as like the other areas these kids are coming from? Like, do you feel like you have an advantage because of how it is around here?
Definitely. I would say I've played in a bunch of different areas. I've played in Colorado. I've played a bunch of places around the country. I would say right here is the highest grouping of high skill level players that I've experienced, next to like Colorado with like Joe Revere and all them and Aaron Gossage. But right here in Joliet area, I think, is the highest grouping of high skilled players.
I've heard that said by a lot of players, and like obviously, I'm MA2 for life.
Yeah.
So I won't ever experience that, but I've heard Dan Schlitter talk about that. I've heard Dana say the same thing, but I've never actually been to those areas to see that. Now you're saying it again. There's
got to be something to it.
Yeah.
If it ain't true, other areas, come show us.
Yeah.
But
Older
it's
areas.
true. How did Clash shake out? Who was like on the final card with you? Was it a shootout? Like,
So yeah,
I don't know the details.
after round one, I'd have to check. I don't believe I was in the lead after round one. If I was, it wasn't by a lot, but I ended up shooting a better second round than first, which I was happy about. But the guy I went into a playoff with, Austin Esterly, shot a 6 down second round, which is pretty solid. To go into a playoff. I made a big putt on the last hole to tie him to stay into the playoff.
God,
And
that had to feel awesome.
it was good. And we had a 2-hole playoff. On the first hole, it was the scariest thing of my life. We both threw great shots down the fairway to the lower part of 13. And his upshot, he threw first. His upshot was perfect. It hit the base and rolled OB. And I was like, oh my goodness. I just have to throw it in bounds. And the exact same thing happened to his. It was a great shot. I was like, oh, sit. It hits the base of the wood and rolls OB also. We both tap in and we go to the next hole. It was me first because he threw first on the other hole. I threw a great shot. Well, it wasn't a great shot, but it was a good enough shot up to where I had a shot into the green because it's the horseshoe 14 to 15. I threw a good shot. He then missed the Mando off of the tee shot.
Yep.
And then he was not happy.
I can see his face in that moment when that happened.
He then, if it wasn't a competition going against him, I would have told him to not do it. He then tried, because the drop zone is the white tee. He tried throwing a forehand over everything and then missed the other Mando, I believe.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And then
you
that
gotta
was
you beat yourself up so bad after that.
yeah, it just was downhill from there for him. But I ended up getting up and down for the 4 there and took the win.
How did your boys react when you take down like the tournament of tournaments in this area?
Tyler was out there caddying for me the whole time, the whole tournament. He was there on the bag for the playoff. I got a great picture on my phone. He's super excited. He's more excited than I am.
He was damn near crying.
Yep. Yep.
It was awesome. Gavin was caddying for Austin, who was about halfway through his round at that point. And then Guzzo was out there too, just helping. The whole team every day was out there to congratulate for the win, which is super sick.
What are your parents like as far as your disc golf, your pursuit of disc golf? Obviously you're driving now, but they must have been driving you to everything before this. And
before this year, they had to drive me to everything, which I'm super grateful for because it's a lot of time and energy to go to all these tournaments that I played last year. And I'm very grateful for them for doing that for me.
Do you guys ever play as a family, or are they just supporting you?
Yeah. I've played with my dad once or twice before. He wasn't super big into it. And then
also, if you if my son was you, I wouldn't want to play either. I'm not gonna get my smacked around by my son. No.
Oh yeah, well let's go play Mario Kart.
Yeah. Honestly, I used to play with my dad a good amount when I first started, and as soon as I started throwing farther than him, we never played again. Like I haven't played with him since I was 15.
Wow.
And then as far as like, you must have to take time off school, and like, you know, there's considerations for how much you're playing. What is it like talking to them about all that?
Yeah, this weekend I got another tournament. Last year I won the Illinois Amateur Championships in MA2, and I'm playing it again this weekend in MA1. I'm the highest rated person going into the tournament, so I'm hoping to take it down. I am missing school tomorrow to head down to the courses early to just get some extra practice in.
So you only have 15 days of school left then.
Yeah.
Sean's got to count more than you do.
But yeah, I'm going down tomorrow. I'm playing a flex start there, and I'm excited for this tournament because this is another big one because I won it last year in a 6-hole playoff, which was very stressful.
Ooh, he's got some under pressure wins. This is good. It's good.
I mean, that's the biggest, like, you can't teach that.
No.
What is the conversation like when you're like, Mom, Dad, there's another tournament coming up. Can I take time off for, like, can I miss today? Like, or what does the conversation sound like?
They're mostly pretty supportive of it. There was one tournament last year that I wanted to play that I wasn't able to just because I had a couple too many days of school missed already for playing disc golf. But overall, they're pretty supportive of taking me down to these big tournaments, and I appreciate it.
Sheila brought up a good question, as the producer usually does. Do you realize how many people live vicariously through you? Meaning us older guys, and I'm saying not older, watch it, but just anybody like a few years older, knowing that you got the start that you did as early as you did. And how does it feel to be included in the group of names such as like Isaac McDonald and Ryan Mulder and those guys and those kids that are just killing it?
It's definitely something that I thought about when I first started. I remember when I first saw Ryan Mulder, I was like, oh, it's another kid out here playing. And he was so good. Even when I started playing, I never even thought of beating him because he was like the top guy around here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember about a year ago, I saw the videos of Isaac McDonald playing at Am Worlds and Junior Worlds and all that. And I was like, oh, he was also super good back when he was around my age. And it's really cool to see that I guess I'm a part of that group too.
You haven't even gotten to your potential yet, and you are part of that group, whether you like it or not. So,
right.
Did you ever think about the other part of that question, like knowing that there are older people who look at what you're doing and go like, I wish I'd like had that kid's life?
I don't think I've ever really thought that deep into it, but I could definitely see some examples where some people would have been like, oh, I wish I started when I was his age.
Mm-hmm.
Use that as motivation in a way that we ask you that question, but really what we're doing is we're telling you that is happening for all of us. That's happening for every guy that we know. You have a talent that isn't quote unquote normal. You're doing it at a time in your life that is so much earlier by decades than most people have even got introduced to the sport. All I can say about that to you is like, take that with you, and like not in a pressure way, but in a way that you are doing the things you're doing for so many more people than just yourself. And we are all holding you up when it is heavy.
I appreciate it.
You bet.
Yeah, and not just the talent, but the mindset.
Right.
To have the perspective that you have at your age is
refreshing.
It's something I think that us and so many other players that know you they take note. Kids doing the right stuff. It's awesome. Do you ever talk to like your non-disc golf friends like at school or what, like other kids like in your network?
Do you care about more than disc golf, Noah?
Yeah,
do you talk about more than disc golf?
If I'm being completely honest, there's really nothing super big in my life right now besides disc golf. Like that's about it right now. That's what I'm most focused on.
That is okay.
Yeah,
that can be it.
Yeah, you can do that right now in your life.
That is a good question, though. When you hang out with your non-disc golf friends, do you just rattle on about disc golf and they're like, oh my God, here he goes again?
I generally keep it to a minimum.
Okay, good.
When I'm hanging out with
That's
them.
wise. And when you're talking to girls, keep it to a minimum.
Don't even know what disc golf is.
Unless they're into disc golf, just keep it to a minimum.
What do they have to say about it, though? Do they think it's cool, or is it still very foreign and weird to your non-disc golfing
So-
friends?
Yeah. One of my friends, Adam, you've seen him. He's come to Delwood a few
Yeah.
times. He before was a big like, oh, disc golf's so weird. I'm never gonna do that. And now he loves the game.
Yeah, he's.
And he's.
I mean, he's playing tournaments and stuff.
Mhm.
Like that's
Yeah.
great. So he was one of the guys that was like
He was
thought
like,
it was lame.
He's one of the guys that thought I was a weirdo for playing it.
Well, it's not. You are a weirdo.
Oh yeah,
But-
but
Right.
not.
You're-
in-
right.
Well, we got a couple mailbag questions, but I think before we get into that, let's pull a random
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
"How deep will you go?" card. I'm going to pull from level 3. This is just
Ugh.
off the top. We're going to get super
You didn't
deep.
curate this. You
No,
just,
no,
you're just
he
pulling
told.
it?
I'm just
he
taking the
curated it
top one
perfectly.
off here. I'm
What
just
a
going to
liar.
grab one. Pull a random card right out of the deck. In this
Okay.
one, Noah, what is a dream you let go of, but it hurts?
Ooh.
Oh, this
16.
Yeah.
This has. I've been seeing it more and more, but I'm glad. I think I made the right decision. Back in like middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, I was really big into ball golf. Like that was a
Golf.
Mhm,
golf.
mhm.
Uh-huh.
That's all I did. Not to toot my own horn, but I was pretty good.
I believe it.
Something says he's telling the truth.
The survey says.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
In middle school, as an 8th grader, I almost made high school state. I was one stroke off of making it to state.
Jeez.
Wow.
But that's just something I let go when I started playing disc
You
golf.
decided you wanted to chase the real money
hmm
in disc
Mhm.
golf.
Yeah, but I
It's
think I
also
made the
a
right
matter
decision.
of not spending the real money.
Yeah, right.
Like, man,
Sure.
it's so expensive.
For sure. All right, that was our serious question. Now let's do a couple silly ones because, man, there's some people that want to talk to you about some crazy stuff. First off, Ryan Stilson wants to know Baja Blast from a can or blue Gatorade from a bottle.
Let's
What
go.
is that
This
about?
is the best question that I've been asked all night. Blue
Yeah.
Not in a harsh way.
Hurts my heart. Yeah.
Those two are, I can't really pick between the two, but if I just played a long round of disc golf, I'm picking the blue Gatorade in the bottle all
Like the
day.
dark blue or the
Cool
light blue?
specifically.
Which one?
Cool blue
Cool
Gatorade.
blue. Yes. Yeah, yeah.
That is one of the things that
hands
keeps
down
me
the best
going.
flavor. Yeah.
Electrolytes, baby.
Yeah, hell yeah. Danny Beauchamp would like me to ask you, what do you eat for dinner at least 19 times a week? What is that about?
I know this.
I would say Raising Canes is
Oh,
my favorite
yeah.
thing. And
He's
it
got
has
a-
been.
Where did that sticker come from?
Shout out to Sheila for designing this right here.
That
This
is
is
sick.
the Canyons, except it's the Canes logo. This is one
Did
of
you
the
make
best
it
things.
specifically for him?
We were inspired by him and Gavin.
Dude.
You can pick them up at the shop.
Mhm.
Sick.
So that explains why Casey Glade wants to know how many cane strips have you eaten in your short little lifetime? And what new menu item would you want them to add?
All right, so it's got to be in the hundreds, but I don't think they need to add anything. I think their menu is perfect how it is. They just got chicken, toast, fries, and sauce. That's all they need. I think it's great.
You don't get their coleslaw?
No, their coleslaw is not very good.
Okay.
Extra toast instead of coleslaw.
Yeah.
For sure.
Wow.
Wow.
Segment brought to you by Raising Canes.
Sure.
Oh, I wish.
Raising Cane's, only the best chicken finger meals. One love.
Yeah.
I've messaged them before about a Raising Cane sponsorship, and they did not answer me.
Oh,
But
they need to get on
That's
They
that.
should.
a missed op, man.
Yeah.
Like there is those two together, disc golf and Raising Canes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
to
That
me.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I know Silas Schultz. He also likes canes. He's also tried getting into contact with them. Same with Gannon Burr. I heard from Danny Beauchamp last weekend that when Gannon moved from Prodigy to Discmania, he traded his whole Prodigy collection for Canes gift cards.
Dude.
Because
Wow.
apparently one of the higher ups at Canes plays disc golf. And he was like, yo, dude, if you want these Canes gift cards, let me get some discs.
Dude, how do you get in touch with that guy?
My God.
Yeah, there's got to be
I-
a sponsorship
Right?
opportunity
There
there.
has to be
Why
something.
not?
That is an email away from happening. It's
Yeah,
got to be
right,
that close. Yeah.
Or an Instagram DM.
Yeah.
I've
for sure.
tried.
Are you tagging them though?
We'll get you there.
I'm not, but
You gotta
Oh,
be
you gotta
tagging
tag
them,
'em.
dude. You got to
Yep.
get their attention.
Constant tag them.
You have to like download their logo off the internet.
oh
and
my gosh. I put
add it
Canes
to all
logos.
of your Instagram posts
my
and tag
jerseys.
them in it and just
He's
have
going to
it
get a
like in the
cease and
corner.
desist.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Then
stop
he's
talking
arrested.
to us, you weirdo.
Yeah.
We have no affiliation with this kid.
Yeah. I don't know why he's doing this. Ryan Stilson would also like to know, what is your middle name and why is it Rodney?
Oh my
What-
gosh.
What is that about? These are the
Yeah.
most bizarre questions
So,
we've ever gotten in the mailbag.
This came up. We were all chilling in the Delwood shop this one time, and Tyler out of nowhere asked, "Hey Stilson, what's your middle name?" And he didn't even end up answering, but he just went on some long rant. And then Tyler was like, "What's your middle name, Noah?" And I was like, "Rodney." And then Stilson, for whatever reason, just started laughing and laughing. I was like, "What's so funny?" I don't even know what he found so funny, but he just could not understand that my own name was Rodney.
It's
a very funny middle name.
Is there like a family reason
my grandpa's
why?
name is Rodney.
Got it.
Now we're all bad people.
Yeah. So it's not random.
Can I do this?
Yeah.
Well, that's the story of my life. No respect. No respect.
It's not, to me, it's not a funny name. It's just funny that Stilson thinks it's so funny.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's calling you fishing rod.
Yeah, I think that's what it stemmed from, is he's calling me fishing rod.
But on a more serious note, Nick Kaminsky does have a question, and he wants to know, who's a local person that you look up to the most, and what pro do you look up to the most?
Local person, are we saying as in disc golf or just as like a person itself?
Just somebody we would all
However you
know.
want to answer that question.
I'd have to say, I'm not sucking up or anything, but
Oh,
Sean.
here it comes.
I
knew it.
As like the leader of the community, I think it's just super cool everything he does for everybody. All the flex starts he runs, all the stuff that he does for Delwood as a course.
All the
It's
stickers he
super
makes.
awesome.
Yeah.
Stickers, yeah. But as a pro,
You got some free canes coming, kid. Let me tell you.
as a pro, I gotta say probably Gannon. I think he was in my position at one point where he won USDGC at the biggest tournament in the world, arguably, at 17 years old, which is insane. So I just would like to be something like him one day. Just
Does
like a
that?
young
I
guy.
mean, does that feel realistically obtainable to you right now
No.
at 16? No.
That's just crazy. At 17, he won that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
You
for
just
sure.
won that huge tournament by 22 strokes.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's a pretty
So,
big
so
sign.
It
the
was
new
definitely a
goal
big
for
one.
you is in 2026, we need to get you to a USDGC qualifier,
I think we need to do this.
and then we need to get you to USDGC. I think the community can make that happen.
I hope so. That would be
That's a good
super
goal.
cool.
That's a UD road
that,
trip.
That tournament is definitely a dream of mine for sure.
Yeah.
Playing there.
I don't have any other big questions.
There's so many inside jokes that we could get into that I hear about from the sidelines. Your PDJ
yeah.
profile picture and the fish bow and like,
Oh man,
what is the deal with all the? Is it a group chat?
Yes,
is it
there's a
Snapchat?
group chat. It's called the Fish Heads to give
Okay.
everyone the insight. This all stemmed from Tyler making some joke. There's a picture. It's a long fish. I think it's a pike that has a picture of Danny Beauchamp's head on it. And Tyler just
You
started
sure it's
calling
not
him,
just Danny Beauchamp?
it might be. It looks like him. And then Tyler just started calling him Fishbow. And then from there, it just spiraled into this crazy fish lore where everyone's some type of fish. It's so stupid.
I feel like every
It's
high
hilarious.
school friends
Yeah,
group
that's
has
great.
got a
Yes.
stupid story that is funny
yeah.
to them and
Yep.
nobody, and
Yeah.
it's perfect.
Can we hit you with a speed round of really quick questions with you giving the shortest answer possible?
Let's go for it.
Favorite music artist right now?
Oh, man. Tyler, the Creator.
Cool answer.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, what's the next question while I'm looking?
If Raising Cane's ceased to exist,
Dead.
Send this clip to their sponsorship. The sponsorship team.
next question.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh
One
my
word answer.
God.
Nailed it.
Dead.
Dead.
Orange soda or grape soda?
Orange. I hate grapes so much.
Really?
Grape soda, I just think of medicine when I have it.
Yeah,
I can't do
you
it.
would.
Valid.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
down.
yeah, kind of.
Are you a movie guy? Do you watch a lot of movies?
Not really.
Not
Not
really?
a super big movie guy. I'm not usually a big TV guy either.
That's
I
good.
like to watch some like disc golf coverage though.
Duh.
If you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you see local players doing that kind of gets under your skin, or you're like, I'm not into that?
I don't know. I would say a big thing that almost like got me injured was not saying four. If you're, I almost got hit in the head once. Oh, going into that, I did hit Gavin in the head with a forehand once.
Did you say four?
I did. I
Okay.
was just throwing it up to the basket.
How
and
close was he?
180 feet away, maybe.
This was just recently. You
This
guys came
was-
in. This was like
It was
a
over the
month
winter.
ago.
It was over the
Or,
winter.
okay,
for
over
sure.
the winter. I remember when you guys came in.
Yeah, I just, it just kind of slipped out, hit him in the head, and I was like, "Oh, are you okay?" And
That
yeah,
was funny.
but definitely not letting someone know if a disc is coming near them.
All right, I got my question. Fantasy road trip, you can go anywhere to go play disc golf. You and 3 other people. Who are your 3 people and where are you going?
So first I'll start where we're going. We're going to North Carolina. We're going to play Nevin Park, which is where they usually hold the tour championships.
Mm-hmm.
If I could take 3 people, Stilson's going to hate me. I got to go Danny Beauchamp, Tyler, and Gavin.
The creator?
Tyler Lackenberg.
Yeah, anybody.
I can take anybody?
Anybody.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be the dogs.
We can take Tyler out. We'll take Gannon in.
Okay.
Ooh.
But I think that's pretty solid right there.
I think Tyler's going to be mad about that.
Tyler, I'm sorry if you're listening.
So you're taking Debo, Gannon Burr, and Gavin.
I got to take Gavin. He's a cool guy. I love playing with Debo. I always play so good when I play with him, and I love beating him. I don't think there's anyone I like beating more than him.
That's the answer I wanted to hear.
The entire community loves when you beat Debo.
I didn't think I liked that answer until you just said that. That you enjoy beating him, and that's why you wanted to bring him with you. That's great. Yeah.
Good answer.
Since you just started driving, what's your dream car?
My dream car. Obtainable cars?
Sure.
I would say probably a Porsche 911 GT3 RS.
What color?
Gray. With a little bit of black accents.
That was my answer, except
red.
Guard's red.
Yeah.
And black.
Not a huge fan of red.
Sorry, we put that red light right behind you.
Yeah.
You're going to be glowing red this whole time.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Sorry to have Team Red destroy you next weekend, but
Team
whatever.
Orange, Team Orange is taking it down.
No big deal.
God, I hope we
Green,
win.
baby. Green, baby.
I think we've come to the end of this road. Unless there's anything you want to ask us or you want to talk about.
I would like to ask, how did this podcast start? How did it become a thing? Because I see it's been going on for a few years now.
A few.
5.
Yeah, 5 years.
The curtains pulled all the way back answer?
Let's hear it.
Sure.
It's been long enough. We can tell them.
Kind of funny that you, Ryan, had asked. We had done a few things together. Like you'd made trophies for us. You've done
We got to
jerseys
like
for
second
us.
base. Yeah.
Yeah. Over the pants stuff.
Uh-huh.
And at some point you had asked if I would be interested in helping with the social media for Unstable Disc Golf
Correct.
Gear because you were just like, kill me. I don't want to deal with that stuff.
Yeah.
You seem like you know what you're doing. Realistically,
Turns out,
I did not.
barely.
I did not. But I guess I gave the right impression. So I did start to do some like quick videos and like really basic content. At some point I was like, we need a machine. Like we need something that we can keep making content about because we're running out of ideas really quickly. And I was like, a podcast would give us sort of infinite content and we'd probably have a lot of fun with it. Yeah. And then Ryan was like, I'm actually an audio engineer and I have all the equipment and like that's my world. Like that's my shit. And I was like, well, this seems like it's kind of meant to be. And then I was like, should we ask Sean if maybe we can do it at the shop?
And I said no. And then he was like, well, I guess we should anyway.
Yeah, okay.
As soon as we came to Sean was like, I've been trying to get Ryan to do this for years already. So yeah, let's get going. And we just decided, let's just do it, see if we have fun with it, because none of us had really ever done an actual podcast before. And if we have fun with it, we'll keep doing it. And if not, that'll be that. We'll just see how it goes. Yeah. We did the first episode. We had a blast. I don't think we sounded amazing. Well, Ryan did make us sound pretty good for our first time.
Right.
But we had enough fun that was like, definitely let's do the next episode. And then we did episode 3. And at that point, Jason had listened to episodes 1 and 2. And I think you reached out to Sean.
Message Sean every day.
And he's like, I know what it needs.
I was like, listen, guys.
It
My
needs-
brother's never going to shut up about this. So can we just put
Let's just bring him on the one time so
Yeah.
he shuts up.
And we basically had the same. We were like, let's just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Just bring him on.
Yeah.
Just like you starting helping with leagues, legitimately. I mean, short answer is we just were like, let's give it a shot because we like it.
Yeah.
We're passionate about it. Here we are 80 more episodes later.
Mhm.
I think the magic dust that's kept us doing it is we never wanted to talk about stuff that we didn't really care about. We were like, let's just stick to the stuff we know about, the stuff we think is cool. We don't need the disc golf world doesn't need another podcast about people talking about what the pros are doing. Like There's tons of that stuff out there. Let's talk about the stuff that is like the real life that we do, like running the events, making the apparel, all the stuff that we see and do in the scene. And that just felt like a North Star. Happy to say that following that has not led us astray yet.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
One more question I do have is, what are these buttons?
Oh my God.
I think I've heard something about a button in one of the other episodes. And I've also heard something about that wheel in one of the other episodes. We don't have to get into that.
Great transition, Noah.
You ever done this before?
We didn't even plan that. But I think Noah's implying that it's time for the trivia portion of the night.
The trivia portion of the night.
All right, before we get the trivia portion of the night really going, listeners, if you enjoy what you've watched here on YouTube, go find the rest of this episode on any podcast platform you like. There is more to this episode. That said, Jason.
The trivia portion of the night brought to you by Bag of Tricks Entertainment. That is BAIG of Tricks Entertainment. Follow us on any social media where we will post up and let you know where you can hear questions like what's going to happen here soon. But before we do that, gentlemen, let me know what's on your buzzers. Alex, what do we got tonight? Nice.
That's what it sounded like when he and I got to second base.
Oh, nice. Fair enough, Ryan.
Which one of us made that sound?
Yeah. Speaking of second base, what do you have?
Malort sucks.
There you go.
Okay, yeah.
Sean?
File cabinet.
Nice. Nicely done. And Noah, what do you got for us?
Canes.
Nicely played.
Canes.
Going into tonight's episode, we are 4 episodes into the season. This is our 5th episode. Alex, you are currently sitting at 19 points.
Previously, I was above 20.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ryan, you have 14 points.
Yes, I do.
Sean, you have 10 points.
I'll take it.
Can you remind me, how do I get past 20 successfully?
You have to wait for
a 3-point question.
The 3-point question, because there's 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Because if you get 1, you just get
automatically knocked back.
Yeah.
There's no way.
There's no way.
You have to wait.
There's a beautiful loophole that
And
Ryan
every time
made
I
me
get
aware
past
of.
20, I have to take another shot of Malort.
No, every time you get past 20, you lose 2 points and goes to the other player.
Yeah, there's no Malort involved at 20.
So if you get a 3-point question, when you lose the points, that puts you at 20 and then you're good.
The penalty at 20 is that you have to get more than 20.
If I know the answer to one of these 1-point questions, I'm not going to not buzz in. I can't.
All right. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Buzzers ready? In a standard game of darts, the inner bowl is worth how many points? Oh, I think Ryan was a hair ahead.
50.
50 is correct. Give him 1 point. Who made history in 1981 by being the first woman appointed to the Supreme Court?
Canes.
Oh, Noah, go ahead. What you got?
Amelia Earhart.
That is not correct. Not correct. That's so good that was your answer.
Oh my god.
That's a great answer.
Oh my
Noah
god.
secretly the funniest kid I know.
It's so good.
I know a famous woman from history.
Yeah, I'm going to say these words.
He buzzed so confidently.
I know. Who made history in 1981? Alex?
Is it Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
It is not Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh,
Okay.
shit, I know who it is.
Finish the question.
Finish the question. Who made history in 1981 by being the first woman appointed to the Supreme Court? You are out of time. It is Sandra Day O'Connor.
Oh,
Sandra
I
Day
thought there was
O'Connor.
more to it.
No.
Oh, okay. All right, fine.
You're sure it's not Amelia Earhart?
Yep.
Oh my
Listeners, we took a quick
God.
break. I Googled it while we were on break, and yes, it is not Amelia Earhart.
Joan of Arc.
Next 1-point question. What powdered mix was marketed as space age? Alex?
Tang.
Tang is correct.
Rude.
That puts you at 20 points, but don't worry because you are now back down to 19 and 2 points go to Ryan and Sean.
One
for-
each, right?
Or one
for
each.
answering.
One each.
One
Okay.
each. Yeah,
Yeah,
one
okay,
each
okay,
is going to
okay.
go.
Thanks,
and
Doug.
You're welcome.
you are
Thank you.
still at 19. You're your own worst enemy sometimes. You know that?
I'm just a
He's a
good
giver.
sportsman.
He's a giver.
Righting wrongs throughout the 1820s California, what fictional TV hero's unmasked name was Don Diego de la Vega? Alex?
Zorro?
Zorro is correct.
No.
keep him at his score and give Ryan and Sean another point.
Only I can beat
I
myself.
don't know why he's doing this. All right.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
That is enough 1-point questions. Let's get into our 3-point
Oh, now
questions.
it's gonna come
And
alive.
This
Okay.
is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to set this up. In the world of music, okay, there are gajillion different song titles, but for whatever reason, there are multiple artists that have had hit songs that have the same name. All right, the example I'm going to give is Stone Temple Pilots, TLC, and Radiohead have all had a hit song named what? No, you're not buzzing in. This is just an example.
Creep
Yeah. Is the answer, right? Okay.
Sure.
So I have 3 artists that have all had a hit song named something, and you guys come up with that name, and if you get it, you get your 3 points. You
I have
ready?
a feeling I know the answer before you even ask it.
The Cranberries, Fleetwood Mac, and Beck. Alex?
Zombie?
No.
File cabinet.
Sean?
Dreams
is correct. Give Sean 3 points for that one.
Damn, he's got to be close to 20 now, right?
Ooh, how many do I have?
Getting there. All right, let's
if
see.
I answer a question, I go back down to 19.
Yeah. The next one, worth 3 points. The Pointer Sisters, Van Halen, and Criss Cross.
Malort sucks.
Oh, Ryan.
Jump
is correct. And that puts you at 20 points, my friend.
That's okay. 19 is better than 17.
Does that mean
All
that
right.
Sean and I get 1 point?
Yep.
Yes,
So
it does.
he's going to drop back down to
What
19.
happens to me now? I'm at 20.
And you're at 20, so and now there's just an infinite loop. And Sean,
No.
you're both stuck at 19, and Sean just
Yes.
got 2 points. That's totally how that works. Next
So now
one.
I'm at 17.
Now you're at 17, yes.
I'm writing a letter to the creators of this game.
Feel free. They don't care. Next one. Incubus, The Cars, and REM. Alex, Drive is correct. Now you are officially over your hump.
22.
He should be at 22 right now, giving him 3 points. Let's do one more. 3 Dog Night, Metallica, and Harry Nilsson. Alex?
1?
Jesus, 1 is correct. Give him 3 more points.
SP, baby.
And let's do it one last time to finish tonight's trivia portion of the night. Toto, Sting, and Christina Perry. Alex?
Africa?
That is incorrect. Anybody else? Going once? Going twice? You're out of time. 1,000 years. 1,000 years.
Toto had other songs than Africa.
For sure they did.
Wow.
They have a catalog of fantastic songs. Toto is a great prog rock band. But that was tonight's trivia portion of the night, brought to you by Bag of Tricks Entertainment. That is BAIG of Tricks Entertainment. Follow us on any social media, or just come out to Cellar Door on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. and hang out with me, or Tuesday nights at Altar Brewing at 7 p.m. and hang out with me. As of this episode, going into the next one, Alex, you are currently sitting at 25 points. Ryan, you are sitting at 19 points. And Sean, you are sitting at 17 points.
Let's go.
You're getting there. Alex out over
Mostly
the hump.
thanks to Alex.
Yeah.
I got you.
I appreciate you.
I'm going to have to wait until the 3 points next time.
Yeah, for sure. You're going to end up in the same situation that Alex was, but we'll see next episode.
All right. Thank you for what has become my favorite segment of the show, Jason, trivia portion of the night. And thank you, Noah, for being here with us. Really appreciate you taking the leap, diving in, letting us mess with you a little bit, learn some stuff about your life. You shared a lot of really great stuff, and I hope people listen to this. I especially hope younger people listen to this. I think you are a valid role model that other people should be paying attention to. And I especially hope people are inspired by your contributions during the trivia portion of the night.
I appreciate it. You know, I just wanted to give you guys a chance to answer some of the trivia questions. But
That's so kind.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
What a dog. I get why you guys like this guy.
Yeah. He's all right.
All right, don't forget to pick up one of Noah's tour series discs so he can have a dope summer. And don't forget, Jason still has a couple of shirts left.
Oh, quick shout out to so my last episode, the Fired Up, was I had just received the shirts. Ryan printed 60 of them for me. As of this record, I am down to about 12 of them. So
Yeah, baby.
No
I
big
have
deal.
sold so many of those. They're great. And if you're listening to this and you want one, you better slide up in them DMs real soon before they're gone.
The proceeds from those shirt sales will help Jason go on tour this summer with Noah.
let's go.
Jason, the Jason and Noah tour.
Yeah.
I'm here for that. That would be
Subscribe.
hilarious.
That would be fun.
Subscribe to that channel.
Yeah, that's going to be the name of our YouTube channel.
All right,
dude.
let's
we
go.
got this. Let's do it.
On the note of subscribing, listeners, thanks for listening. Thanks for all the support. Make sure you go subscribe on YouTube. We've got a few of those episodes up with video and plenty more to come All your support is super helpful. And just a reminder, we don't make any money doing this. We do it for fun. And if you guys enjoy it, that's great.
And if you don't, that's also great.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares? Until next time, y'all keep it on the fairway.
See ya.
Y'all be good.
Peace. Unstable Discourse is produced by Sheila Callahan. Edited by Ryan Fancher. Beats provided by Alex Seminary. And produced in association with Unstable Disc Golf Gear. Look good, feel good, play good.
Unstable Discourse is a Top Secret Studios production. Nerds.
What's the deal with deja vu?